Hello, thanks for tuning into Glue Factory. This week we're joined by Sam Nicoresti.
Woo!
Well, that was so loud. Thank you.
Riley's here for some of the episode, but then he had to go because his house fell apart like a wet cake. Hey, if you want more of this, there's a Patreon. You can subscribe to it. You get twice as much Glue Factory.
I'd say some of the most unhinged riffs of this episode are in the Patreon.
Yeah, Olga saves them for the Patreon when she's less accountable. So if you really want to know about, the first hand job that Olga ever gave, that's
And
what
the last.
And the last. She's planning the last. It's going to be his last. Anyway, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple or wherever, or you're on YouTube, just comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Give us a 5-star review. That really helps us to make more of this and show it to more people. Thank you. Enjoy the episode.
Shoe is quite far removed from foot.
Interesting. Speak
I
on
would
that.
say. Yeah, just
because I'm wearing them on my feet.
Continue, Socrates. Yes.
I found a pair of jeans I want to buy, but unfortunately the jeans are in the marketing material for a shoe company, so I don't know what jeans they are. I'm considering emailing the shoe company.
Can you not do like a Google Pixel thing on that?
See, look at that. That's a nice pair of jeans.
Yeah.
Sure. They're quite a generic pair of jeans.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I think
Okay.
it's the cut of it. Because
I don't want your shoes. I want the jeans from your shoe ad.
Well, I want the shoes also. Well, no, I disagree. Milo, you think these are good shoes. I disagree with how the loafer is cut. I prefer a more sort of unlined Italian approach.
Hey!
Old school.
I prefer my Italians uncut. But I will say that I think that cut,
And most of them are, to be fair. They'll be queuing out the door.
Mm-hmm.
The
they got
average
that
waiter in
extra
Napoli.
lasagna sheet for mommy.
What? A lasagna sheet? I know you're doing... Sometimes your drive to do innuendo is sort of much outpaces your sort of ability to make sense.
Mommy needs that bechamel.
Even that makes slightly more sense.
Oh, God.
They're similar in color and consistency.
I'm just thinking if I had a loose, floppy, just boiled lasagna I could fashion it into a foreskin.
Giving her the old loose floppy.
Why wouldn't you choose pappardelle or something that was more...
Why wouldn't mortadella be the first thing?
Mortadella is a ham. Pappardelle is a pasta shape.
Pappardelle is a pasta shape.
Yeah, it's about the size, the width. You'd have to trim it just once,
I'm a
not
virgin
twice.
and I've never seen it be.
What about
That's the big reveal.
what about a guy who's such a gourmand that he comes bechamel sauce?
Oh God, awful.
That would be a dietary
What kind of
issue.
lifestyle would you have to lead?
I'm gonna
There'd be
email this
no
company.
processing happening in the stomach. It's just.
Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
just say that there's an eroticism to that much ankle revealed?
The jeans.
It's a little.
If you were a
it's little
Victorian
slutty.
gentleman, maybe, yes.
Big time.
You could find that somewhat fetishistic.
100%.
Okay.
Because there's bone on both sides, isn't there?
Of
Very
what the human
nipple-esque.
of the ankle. Okay, yeah, it's the double nipple. Straight through.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Anything with a mound.
That's all I need.
Okay.
Guys,
You would love the uncut peanuts.
I hear great things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Toothpaste on an egg.
The claim that toothpaste can dissolve an eggshell to create squishy invisible egg is false and a common internet hoax. Well, it was advertised to me into my brain for like 14 years in Russia.
Yeah. Well, a lot of things that would be considered hoaxes elsewhere in Russia are like repeated as truth. The classic one is you've got to eat soup or you'll get gastritis.
What is gastritis?
Great question.
Thank you.
It's a stomach condition that you can only get if you're Russian.
Okay.
But when you arrive in Russia, everyone's like, you've got to eat soup or you'll get gastritis. Everyone's very concerned about gastritis and they eat soup a lot. And then you're always like, but I've never had gastritis and also I never eat soup. So
Okay.
the correlation here seems to be you guys eat a lot of soup and you constantly live in fear of gastritis.
Well, there's simply no way of knowing if one causes the other because Russians will never stop eating soup.
That is true. It's
But
not
also, if
possible.
they all eat soup, presumably none of them have gastritis. So how do we even know that gastritis is a real thing?
Yeah. It's like the rock that keeps bears away in The Simpsons.
Right.
That is the powerful soup lobby in Russia is funding the fear of gastritis.
Yes.
You're in the
gastritis
ladle of
forums.
big soup.
It is real. It just means your stomach lining is inflamed. It's a real thing, but I don't know if it's like, I don't know if soup operates.
Not enough soup. That
on
is
that
my
mechanism of
diagnosis.
action.
The doctor injecting you with soup.
Directly
This
into
is
the
serious
tissue.
case.
20 cc's of minestrone. Well, that's fine.
What are we looking here?
Nothing. I have to not actually. I've become.
There's a gorgeous pleated chino on this.
I know.
On
Now
this
I.
screen.
Well, it's sold out. So
These
it doesn't
guys should stop
matter.
doing shoes and move into the trouser market, right?
Well, yeah, their instincts on trousers appear to be quite good.
Mhm.
I've finally broken and I've started buying clothes.
Yeah.
What were you doing before?
Not buying clothes.
But he was
Okay.
looking at it online extensively.
I was just looking at it all the
Right.
time, being like, man, I wish I had clothes.
Sitting on the sidelines, just waiting to dip a toe into the game.
Dip a toe into the clothes game, come back with a tiny loafer on my big toe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, one wee little loafer, little tassel.
Aw.
Yeah, it's just I'm tired of looking like shit,
Mm.
basically.
You
I
look
think
great.
you look really
Yeah.
nice.
Well, I don't know. I feel it's like I'm just
Riley's
constant-
taking his barrel off for the recording.
Yeah, I'm tired of wearing this. Look, I've said this on the show before. I really don't like any of my clothes, so I went into a fugue state. And
The
I
classic. You need a new wardrobe.
you
First of all,
familiar-
fugue state.
Are you familiar with Rick Owens, the designer?
No, I've heard the name.
So it's very, very high fashion. I would say mostly black.
well,
where-
he'll
For
have
like
a pop
club
of color.
twinks.
Okay.
So
Right.
that like for people who do a lot of cocaine and their bodies suggest that they do a lot of
Sure,
cocaine.
yeah.
And Riley, for a long time, dreamt of pulling off a Rick Owens.
Okay.
fit. And as you could tell from his extremely swole physique.
You'd have to be getting on the gear a lot more to be
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
and it's
not really
almost
twink levels of
unpullable.
fashion.
yeah. Also, it's very much like unless you work in fashion or are a celebrity, the clothes are wearing you.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
you'd be like, whoa.
He'd
that
look
guy-
out of place in
that
a
guy-
Rick Owens.
Yeah, it'd be
outfit
like,
here.
okay, but if you're not, I don't know, Dua Lipa or whatever, you can't really be wearing.
Do a beep.
Yeah, if you're not Dua
Well,
Lipa.
no, but I disagree because I think you have the architecture of your face is very well put together. I think you could really pull off a cut look.
But could I pull off, for example, a blazer where the shoulder pads are very pointy and higher than my head?
Yeah,
It would be
it's
giving
quite
sort of-
anime villain, isn't
Yeah,
it?
low budget sci-fi.
Yeah.
or like I don't know, like or something like a sort of beautiful cashmere sack that you're wearing, and then over the sack you have a blazer where it's like high, like pauldrons almost, and then trainers that go up to your knee.
Mhm.
Beautiful cashmere sack, like the kind of like the nouveau riche medieval peasant, like the medieval peasant equivalent of like the guys who go to Dubai in like a £2,000 Gucci tracksuit, but they still live in a Barratt home. Like that's you, but like around like the Lord's fields.
Yeah, or like in that case, what would I have been sort of anachronistically?
Look at his face when he describes this clothes.
Mhm. No, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the full vision.
Uh-huh.
I'm seeing it specifically in this podcast studio setting. Everybody else completely normal.
wearing a pair of sunglasses that like go down below my nose and past my
He has to
ear.
lift to speak into the microphone. Like,
Yeah, but then just still making perfectly ordinary observations, like he
Yeah.
doesn't go address.
It's
I think-
clothes for the X-Men.
I think that's the problem, right? Is you look
Yeah.
like you're a sort of superhero.
And it is popular with X-Men.
It's popular with everybody. So look, I thought it was cool. I still think it's cool. But I had this for a long time. I was like, I'm not going to buy any clothes until I find the right avant-garde look for me.
Uh-huh. Okay, wow.
that's one of the most beautiful things anyone's ever said.
Avantgardelookfinder.com.
Yeah, and then
Sort of a theory sartorialist, just waiting.
yeah.
Okay, you've done all the reading, none of the practice.
It never.
Leaving a Uniqlo saying that I'm never coming back here again because the next shop will be avant-garde.
Well, then you're just sort of replacing stuff as it falls apart,
Exactly.
right? But
You're
like,
gonna go
I-
get like a Philip Tracy hat.
I have a dream.
Of like buying one outfit once that's so perfect and so just indefatigable. It never breaks, it never comes apart, it never goes out of fashion because it was never in fashion to begin with.
Absolutely.
It's just
That's
so
pure
crazy.
transcendence. Yes.
Yeah, and then I just sort of gave up on that a couple of years ago, but I still haven't. I was like, oh, I don't want to be a blazer person,
Sure.
for example.
What's wrong with a blazer? What, with a t-shirt?
Oh,
Look.
yeah, and then I think,
Oh yeah, like a Stuart Goldsmith.
Yeah.
well, I so now
There is something very card magician about that way of dressing.
There
But
really
he's also
is.
quite broad-chested. I feel like a lot of the
I'm
time
a 54.
I see
I'm
a
very
blazer
big.
as a
That
way
is
to
big.
bulk
Yeah.
up the top
you're
of a
built
man
like
to
a
make
guy
him
from
more Johnny
1954.
Bravo-esque.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Whereas for him, he's already Johnny Bravo.
Also, the kind of blazer you're describing with these like giant triangular impressionistic swooping lines, shoulder pads out here, ooh, you'd be stacked. You'd be toppled.
The problem is I'd be unable to get through doors.
Right,
at that
of course.
point.
Yeah.
I think I would like. The whole thing would be too big. I wouldn't be able to go under certain bridges. I think we need to reassess.
No, you could
the
pull
whole
off a
thing.
kilt, you know. I think you really would.
I think it would be annoying. I think people, if I walk around with a kilt, then I open my mouth, people are like, oh, fuck that guy.
But maybe like a black kilt with like a mesh vest.
We're back in Rick Owens territory.
That's what I'm thinking.
We're back in Rick Owens territory.
Mm.
Look, I have one of that outfit. I have it for a specific reason.
Is that for Burgoyne?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's, I mean, it's simpler than that. It's
Can
just
will
sort
you
of
walk
loose
us through
pants.
it?
It's just loose pants and a, like loose sort of flowy black like linen pants and a
Okay.
tank top. And then, crucially, very, very, very comfortable shoes.
Mm.
You're all sort of, you know,
Got those hush puppies on, baby.
I know people who rave in Skechers because you're there, you're up for a long time. You're moving around, you're on your feet,
Mm.
you know.
Mm.
You gotta be out. It's out there, here, anywhere.
Eventually, everyone will be going to Berghain dressed like American nurses in like the scrubs with lots of little pin badges and like the Crocs and whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, there probably are people there in Crocs already.
No, there aren't.
What's a Burgoyne gibbet?
Like a gibbet, like what they used to hang people from?
No. Gibbets are the things that you put in the crock holes to demonstrate your personality.
I think both. Yes.
Uh-huh.
A
Oh, I'm
hominid,
assuming that's the original meaning.
What an
but I'm
interesting
No, I
not-
think the
overlap
croc the croc accessories came first,
What it was the croc
and then the
accessories,
medieval method of execution.
and then they signed the bloody code.
Sorry, a
Yeah.
gibbet was a
A
way to
guy in
execute someone in medieval times.
It's what the
It's the cage, it's the
scaffolding for hanging people is called, a
Yeah.
gibbet.
That is such an unserious and silly little name for
A gibbet.
something so serious.
Yeah. It sounds like a little fritter that you would get in
Yeah.
Victorian London, doesn't it?
Well-
While you were watching a hanging, probably.
Gibbets for sale, etc.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you'd go up to Marble Arch where they did most of the hangings. That's where they did most of the hangings.
You go on Etsy.com, you know there's gibbet.
Yeah.
So, you know, like,
there's
for
gibbet
example,
gibbets.
The amount of road junctions in the UK that are still called things like Gallows Corner. And then they just come up and they're like, oh, tailbacks at Gallows Corner. And you're like, it's so funny that we're still calling it that.
if there, it's like having there be a square in Paris called Place de la Guillotine, essentially. Yeah, I wouldn't put something like that past them.
But we have, I don't, because around Marble Arch, what was that? What's called Tyburn's Gate? Was that what it was?
Yeah, Tyburn Tree. Yeah.
Tyburn Tree,
Yeah, that's where they
because
did
we
all
don't
that.
call it that anymore. But the legacy of pub names is the same, like the Last Drop In and all of this. We keep that kind of stuff.
The last drop-
Really?
yeah,
the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
drop is quite a fun pun for a pub.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a sort of fun. Do you think at the time they'd be like, "Oh, let's go round the last drop," you know, for a doing it's some kind of drinking pun.
But it's also nice to
executing
think that
drinking
these
pun.
people, like on their way out of this mortal life, would have had a little pun to sort of buoy them up. And it's also one of those ones that you might only get, you know, just as your sort of life is fading from
What?
your eyes.
It's
Oh!
there's the click, the moment you're sort of in the air before gravity takes you and you drop, and you're like, "Oh, I get it."
Yeah.
That's so funny, I'm literally dying.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I
Like
wish,
sort of
I wish,
rictus grin on the face,
Uh-huh.
you know?
you sort of dying with a big, dying with a wink.
I don't want you to think I didn't think it was good.
Yeah, you've been. They're killing you by smoke inhalation in that case.
Yeah. I'm the gesticutioner. I've been brought in to make things a little bit more funny, a little bit more wacky. Doing sort of Bruce Forsyth
you
style.
have one of those sound decks that like morning zoo DJs have, and whenever they hang them, you do like "Bow, bow."
toilet flushing sound effect.
Oh yeah.
The final indignity is you just get hit with the fart.
And then he's like, look, we all laugh at this fart sound effect, but a lot of them do evacuate their bowels.
If anything, this fart sound effect is to cover up the real fart.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like the like a firing squad where 7 guys have blanks and one has the bullet. It's like you never know.
You've
if
got
someone
9
farted.
DJs, all primed with an effects board.
David Guetta playing the public execution.
No, this is where this is like a sort of a wackier France. In like
Oh, wacky.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Well,
there's an
that
idea.
holds true of this country.
Oh,
yeah.
you mean Italy?
a wackier France, 1916, doing the firing squad for like shell shocked, like the guys from Paths of Glory, right? Doing.
I don't think
the
I've
movie
seen that one.
Paths of
Mhm.
Glory.
The Kubrick.
Yeah. Is it Kubrick? I think it is.
Yeah, the
Yes,
black
it
and white,
is.
the early Kubrick.
Yeah.
What's
Uh,
the plot? If you can give me
War.
It's World War One.
War-
It's sort of
the-
a
I'm in. I'm
yeah.
ready.
yeah. All Quiet on the Western Front. That's more recent.
Okay.
Anyway, is that in lieu of getting sort of shot by a firing squad for getting PTSD, shell shock, whatever, is 9 zoo crew radio DJs line up in front of you, and then all of them press the fart sound effect button, but no one knows.
Mhm.
No one knows
Who
who had
really
the
shot
real one.
themselves.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a brief moment of dignity. I like that.
Mhm.
I like that a lot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, sadly, there's nothing funnier than a fart. So this
Yeah, yeah.
podcast is over.
One
Well,
guy's just
Sam, do
got
you
a
have anything to
soundboard
plug?
button that doesn't go.
Do I have anything to plug? Not really, no. I mean, I'm doing Edinburgh, but that's kind of who isn't. So
You also have a YouTube special out.
I do have a YouTube special.
Let's get some views
out.
on that.
Yeah, okay. It's been out for like I don't know, 7 months now, which I would consider sort of dead in the water at this stage. I feel like I've done the cycle.
There's always that dream of being recommended on the right side of like a brand new popular video.
Sure, yeah.
Randomly.
I don't really understand how it works. I thought I'd make money off it somehow, but that hasn't.
Oh God,
happened.
no.
Because YouTubers do make cash.
Yeah,
Like
but then
6 of them.
You
But
just
you
got to
also
get a
need to
lot
get-
of views.
you need to get
Okay,
a critical
I need to
amount
work
of
hard on that.
Yeah, yeah.
subscribers and or views to even
Yeah.
have the opportunity to start making money.
Yeah, you got to have like 1,000 subscribers.
I
think.
wonder, like,
And a certain amount of watch time. So like
Yeah.
once that is reached, then you can enable ads.
Right, damn.
Yeah.
I was a sort of one and done philosophy on it. I've got one video and that's it, and now I'm sort of
Well, let's just wait for it to get enough watch time.
right. Okay,
Yeah.
get those hours, stack it up. Well, give it a watch then, please. I'd
Yeah.
love to start earning the pennies back on that.
yeah,
There you go.
this is the first time anyone's ever done plugs on this show. I did that more as a button on what Olga said about the fart.
Oh
but-
yeah.
I'm
You take your opportunities.
No, so we'll just cut it. I don't want to. I genuinely don't want to do that. Then.
no, it's
Dirty.
fine. Here's the we've never done it, not done it on purpose. It's just we never remember to do it.
We never
Right.
get to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's nice in the
It's
middle
nice
of the
to do.
show.
I think we
like
should
that.
do it in the middle of the show from now on.
Yeah.
For if stuff has to happen. I mean, we're talking to a who are we talking to? We're talking to some company that will give us ad
Sam
reads.
Nicoresti.
Yeah.
We're talking to Sam who's going to give us ad reads.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the ad reads.
Yeah. Finally, we can advertise dick pills.
Yeah,
What's your dream thing to advertise?
Ooh.
I don't want to answer.
Is it
'Cause
Viagra?
No.
Is
you
it Rick
know-
Owens?
No, you know my dream thing to
Wine.
advertise. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah, yeah.
Good wine, not bad
I
wine.
know.
That being said, you okay?
Yeah, the ultimate cursed advertising gig for Riley is an ad read for like
For
Blossom Hill,
There's a
Black Tower.
There's a gigantic amount of bad wine advertising that
Yeah.
surely, if you've ever subscribed to any kind of physical delivery service in this country, you will have received advertisements for Naked Wines, Virgin Wine, the
Is
Virgin.
that also a Branson venture?
Yeah, it's all
Yeah, it's
Branson
all
Ventures.
all under the umbrella of the man.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Branson umbrellas. That's another
Is
one.
he selling
He's
wines?
he's
or-
pressing them himself. He's stomping those grapes.
Yeah, yeah.
Gnarled feet.
Did
Pouring
I
it.
tell you about when I went to Richard Branson's house? Have we discussed that on
What?
the podcast before?
What the fuck were you doing there?
There were so many other people there. I should stress. I wasn't
Okay.
like Richard Branson's private
Where's
guest.
his house?
I can't remember because I was so young. Basically, my dad used to fly on Virgin Atlantic so much that we got invited to Richard Branson's house for like a party. But it was like there were like over 1,000 people there. It wasn't like an intimate.
That's
But it
How
was like
much was he
crazy.
flying to
There
hit?
was a helter skelter.
Okay.
What's that?
Yeah,
A helter skelter. You go up and
It's
you
like
come
a
down
slide.
on a
You
ru-
go down on a sack.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah,
I
that
only know
kind of
spiral
the
slide.
Beatles song.
English
Right.
country. I don't even
Sorry,
know the
guys,
song.
I have. Helter
Yeah.
Skelter. No.
No, but that's good that you do.
Is that a Beatles
Between
song?
you, yeah, helter skelter off the
Okay.
White Album.
Yeah, between us, we're one person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are one person.
Yeah.
Your full knowledge
Gibbet,
of helter
gibbet,
skelter.
helter
Yeah, gibbets and helter
skelter.
skelters when it
Yeah,
comes
yeah,
together.
yeah. That's one of the Ringo ones. Gibbet, gibbet, helter skelter. Yeah, we went to this like kind of. It was like a big fair almost
Was
at
he
Richard
there?
Branson's house. Yeah, he was. I think he gave a speech. I was like 5. This was like pre 9/11.
When people were still flying.
Yeah,
Before, yeah, no
Where
one.
flying was a celebration.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Osama bin Laden was there.
Oh my
He was still in favor at the time. Yeah, so I have been to Richard Branson's house, or one of his house. You can't really say Richard Branson's house. He's got so many.
Sure.
That is
It was probably one of his. It was
unbelievable.
like a Potemkin Richard Branson house. I'm sure he wouldn't have people at his real house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because obviously, if it's 1,000 people, someone's going into and going through his stuff.
Right, the
I'd
medicine,
be-
the
I'd be
medicine
that
cabinet
person.
for sure is
Yeah,
getting looked
yeah,
for.
yeah.
Finding Richard Branson's rampant rabbit in the drawer, like
Mhm.
like come dine with me style.
Yeah, you're gonna try to get some sort of Sun headline out of it. But
Hmm.
also, Riley's been to whose name? Guy Ritchie's house, hasn't he?
Oh yeah,
Because
for a barbecue.
Because Guy Ritchie was trying to launch a beer brand.
I think it was a brand of barbecues, like the physical,
Oh,
the
could
thing
be
that you
that.
cook the barbecue on.
Oh, okay. Getting
Yeah.
a sort of Foreman grill kind of.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Get on that money.
I'm so proud of it.
crazy.
I put my name on it.
So I'm quite surprised that there is a whole clear industry of just going to someone's house as like a business offering.
Yeah.
Mm.
I had a shopping channel come to my house once, which isn't quite the same, but
Please tell us more.
well, I got to be a bit careful with it, but because basically my dad got really addicted to this shopping channel,
Right.
where he was like spending so much money on it. The
What's he buying?
Oh, okay. So it's called
Please.
it's called Gemporia, and they just sell gems. Gems.
Gems?
Yeah, gems.
GEM.
Oh, like
Rubies,
diamonds,
opals.
rubies,
Semi-precious-
sapphires.
semi-precious
yeah.
stones.
Oh, very, very semi-precious.
through the shopping channel.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what's he making with them? Like jewelry?
No, nothing.
Wait, what? No way.
And how are they demonstrating? Because I feel like when I picture the shopping
Are they
channel, I'm
loose in a
picturing like
sack?
you know.
They're
in a
pretty.
velvet sack?
They come. So listen. They do. The brand is crazy. They've got. Sometimes they will come in like beautifully presented cases. Sometimes they just come like in candles. Sometimes they just come loose.
In
They started
candles?
they started making candles with diamonds in them.
So you burn a
insane.
candle and then it
I have nothing
reveals?
to do with this.
Yeah, and then you retrieve the diamonds from the molten
Very slowly, yes.
remains
Yeah,
in
picking them out so we can go and get a mortgage on a house.
So is he just collecting them in boxes or?
Oh, he went a little mad. He basically, it was part of the whole like Great Reset conspiracy thing and the rise of Bitcoin. And he decided rather than getting into Bitcoin, he was going to convert all of his money into gems because everybody always
But
wants
via
gems.
the shopping
But
channel.
via the shopping channel, which is what everyone was trying to explain to him.
Probably
like,
quite a lot of markup on those.
Oh, tell me about it. Yeah, huge. Because I mean, honestly, the sheen's come off it since, so we have since tried to sort of evaluate what this is worth. And let me tell you, not loads.
Oh my god! So have you gone to like an appraisal or?
Yeah. Oh well, I became. I was doing like the sort of uncut gems thing for a while. I was like going down Hatton Garden. Well, there was a while during the pandemic
This
when
is how
obviously
I
like I
win.
didn't have a job, and I thought maybe I will like retrain as like a jewelry salesman. And I was going into these places, and they were basically like, "We don't know who the fuck you are. We've got no get out of here, kid," kind of thing. And I just go home with my little bag of rubies and tell my papa.
I'm just trying to sell a ruby.
Yeah.
Wait, so when the shopping channel came to your house, what was that like and what for? Were they very excited to meet your dad?
They
or-
were so excited to meet my dad. Yeah, I mean he's a
He was
prize
bankrolling
pig, isn't
their
he?
entire
Really?
operation.
Do you know-
You're a whale. You're our
Yeah,
highest
yeah.
roller. They're like giving him a free car.
It was very interesting because all of them, the guys came. I think it's a fan, but the guys came with their wives, and all of the guys were. It was like very Edwardian drawing room. They all of the guys wanted to like smoke cigars and talk about like the diamond mining industry, and all of the women were into the sort of the magical properties of the stones.
Oh my god!
Ah.
Yeah,
Oh my god! Because they have different marketing techniques as
right.
well,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But it was like a clear-cut divide.
Are we talking? Okay, I have questions for you. Anything
Okay.
lab grown or strictly natural?
No, not like zirconia or anything like that. I think it was all natural.
Okay.
All coming out of the mines, yeah. I mean, I don't know. To be fair, like probably it's just it's all polished rock, isn't it?
Someone just like nodding sagely and being like, well, it doesn't have the magical properties unless a child was involved in extracting it from the earth. That's an important
no.
part.
Yeah, they rub it with their little hands.
Oh
Yeah, yeah,
They
no!
imbue it.
That is. And what is your dad doing with all this stuff now? Does he think that it's bad to make
Crap
jewelry
all.
out of it?
Oh, well, do you know what he did? He's done the classic dad thing of like he's just gone senile.
Have you considered doing an Etsy jewelry shop?
Oh, what, like trying to shill it myself?
Yeah, but like in cool handmade jewelry.
Okay. I mean, that honestly, this is going to be, I'm going to end up with all of this. So
Mm.
I quite possibly could be doing little
Yeah.
bracelets. I mean, anything really. Goodie bags.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Christmas gifts sorted.
Buy a ticket to my show and get one
Yeah,
free gem.
Yeah.
You could also maybe tooth gems. How about a gem on
Oh,
every
I
tooth?
could get a full row.
Yeah, you could get a
Ruby
grill.
Full coverage.
Yeah, you could be like Nelly and Paul Wall
I'll
in
do the jaw.
2006. Yeah.
I ain't stopping at the teeth, believe
Call
me.
up Sam Nicoresti's dad, tell him make me a grill.
Yeah, Diamante tongue.
Oh, Yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah. Combine that with Riley's fashion sense. You've got one of the most evil geniuses of all time.
Are you married? You're married or you're engaged?
I'm engaged.
I'm thinking maybe a new engagement ring every year.
Oh,
For your partner to be like, please stop, I've got no fingers left.
yeah. You better believe the wedding rings are coming out of my personal stash.
Yeah. A lot of niche gems on this wedding.
Oh,
A lot of the lower value gems, but there's lots of them. Look at it that
Is that
way.
from Gemporium?
This one, oh my gosh, yeah. This is.
Well, where else do you go for your gems? This week's sponsor, Gemporium. Next week, Hardy's Wine. Yeah, that's fucked.
I'm going to tell you something.
Okay.
One of my favorite genres is midlife crisis. We're past midlife, is what I'm hearing. If your dad is saying,
For my
senile.
dad, yeah. No, he's old now. He's in his 70s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Old life crisis.
So unless he's going to keep going and going to 140, we are.
So my favorite brand is, I'm going to put that in there as well, just a sort of a switch that goes off, and oftentimes a father's head, but it could be really anybody, that makes them do something real kooky.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite story of this is, and I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this, and I will very broad strokes, but please bleep this out, the names, okay? My ex-boyfriend, his dad, at some point got obsessed with a book that had like a riddle in it that showed have I ever told you guys this? Not probably
Yeah, this
not.
is like, no.
But have I ever told you this?
No.
So basically this book was full of riddles, and it was like a book that for, I want to say, 100 years nobody could solve the riddle. And the riddle, all these riddles led to coordinates, and the coordinates were somewhere in America, and then there was meant to be treasure there. And he convinced himself that
Where is it?
No, and I'm telling you, he had, respectfully, and I love this, he came to his wife and their 3 children and was like, I'm going to Yellowstone National Park, BRB. And he went there and he found, and he was looking for it. He never found it. He apparently like broke his leg and lost a bunch of weight, and he came back defeated, which was obviously horrible. But the worst thing is, like, less than a month later, someone found the actual coordinates and they were in Yellowstone. He just didn't.
He was so close.
Yes. Can you imagine? This would,
Fuck.
it's crazy. The roller coaster of that is absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
But
That's
also, like,
mad.
to be like, do you tell him he's crazy?
Yeah.
But then when he
was
goes,
there any treasure?
there was.
Oh.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, there was a lot of gems. It's really-
It's a
really
gem
appreciating in value. Yes, that's where they come from. It's a magic gem box.
There you go. That's something you could do with this, is drive some people
Yeah, so
insane
maybe you should
for
write a
200
book.
years.
Yeah.
Write a book with
okay.
riddles in it.
Some unsolvable geocaching location riddles.
I think
Yeah.
that would be so sick. And then a bunch of teenagers will skip school in order to find the gems.
My worthless rubies.
Yeah. Devoting your life to finding the treasure and then go, "Oh, these aren't even, these are shopping channel gems."
I'm really looking forward to finding out what my midlife crisis is going to be.
Okay.
For you, well, I was going to say for you it's going to be cars, but you were already driving. He drove a convertible for a bit, so
Oh,
I think that's
really?
already happened.
Okay.
Got it out of the way early. Yeah.
God, yeah, where do you go from there?
No, I am getting more into cars. It's getting worse.
Do you think you're going to start like collecting them?
I don't know if I'm ever going to have that kind of money.
Going to car shows? I once went to the Ford Museum, and at the Ford Museum, every Sunday, a bunch of car guys just drive their old cars there and just show them to each other.
Yeah, it's a beautiful male bonding, like, ritual exercise. You know what I mean? Like, it's really sweet to behold.
Look at my car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that once with miniature trains. Not so small that it wasn't like model trains. I'm talking you could actually like sit on the
like
train.
garden centre model railway.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
so cute.
Yeah.
Are they building them themselves, or are they?
I think they might be like, there's a mix, maybe it's like renovating. There's a lot of polishing is like big in those circles. Not everyone has the skills to be, but like they're usually like mechanics who know how to fix up a motor.
Sam, I have a very specific question to this. Okay, you may or may not know this, but when it comes to miniatures, like miniature houses and doll houses, there are 3 standardized scales for them.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that, like, if you have a mini chair, it's going to be on one of the 3 scales. So essentially, people can exchange and sell each other stuff. And so you could build a dollhouse and buy all the things for that dollhouse from different vendors, and they will be the same size, right?
Okay.
My question is: Are these railways like are all at a scale where they can all fit on a specific type of rail?
Interesting.
what's the gauge of
What's the
that?
gauge?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not.
a
It's
Russian
not.
miniature railway has different gauge from German miniature railway, so they have to switch at the border.
I don't know. I did go to the Brighton Toy Museum when they were doing a big open day because they just upped their gauge. They'd increased their gauge by like 0.5. And it was like old man Yowie utopia. It was like intense in there. It was so cool. And like the guy who's like he's like in charge. It was it was obviously like the greatest day on earth for him. Just like all these old guys paying such deference to him. And I've been to Brighton like a bunch of times. I've never seen that place open. And I finally got to go in and it was like intense. I do think, like, as an old person, I still am gonna be like a railway person, but like I'm more into the landscaping. I really want to get into because I used to be like a Lord of the Rings like miniatures guy, and now I really.
How does that fit between LARPing and Warhammer? It's neither.
Oh, it's like beneath. It's like well beneath. I think. Well, no, because like Warhammer, you can. Yeah, no, it is because you can't really. There's no one else. Like Warhammer, you can get so into, and it's like sustaining the British economy fundamentally.
Is it actually?
Yeah. Warhammer got
it's
like
a huge part of our GDP for some reason.
Wait, is Warhammer British?
Yes, very British.
Oh, yeah, but it does have international appeal.
Warhammer. Cheeky bit. What he wants a fucking orc. Let me
The
tell you.
H is actually an apostrophe. Yeah.
Trying to build an orc, are you? It's a big job, mate. It's a big job. I mean, like, I don't think you've got a table big enough in you. Look, I'll be honest. I could take your money and say I'll build you an ord for that much. But look, without a table, without your mages, you've not even got an emperor. I mean, look, mate. Gonna be easier just to call the insurance, I reckon.
Okay, so it's not Warhammer. So Lord of the Rings miniatures.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this world.
It's just pure painting. It's just like well, I mean, I think I was doing it wrong. I think some people did manage to make a life out of it.
But are you taking like just a generic doll and making it Lord of the Rings?
Playing with dolls here.
Please don't walk out.
Playing with bloody, Riders of Rohirrim. I mean, come on, we got the fucking. It's proper stuff. It's real. They're the little plastic. You cut them out, and they're grey, uniform grey, and you get all the paints and the little paintbrushes.
But are they preemptively Lord of the Ring themed, or are you theming them with the outfits and paint that you're doing?
They're preemptively Lord of the Rings, yeah,
Okay.
for the most part. Although, I mean, if you're really at the bottom, I would say like, bottom run is like painting, like soldier figurine painting.
Yes.
It's like it's Airfix adjacent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For people that didn't want to get into like painting Star Trek models.
Because that would be embarrassing.
It would be too hard. I did it and I got way too into it and spent way too much money.
Yeah,
Man, it is
because then
crazy they
you've got the
trick you
people
into
who go like Spitfires
Yes,
or whatever.
yeah.
They're kind of like the people who do like more like models of stuff, like
The
like
Red
the
Arrows and
fighter
so on.
planes and like that
Okay,
kind of
yes,
that
yes,
sort of,
yes.
That's kind of your classic Airfix.
Yeah.
Like a well-meaning uncle buys you it for your 10th birthday. It's way too hard. You don't do it.
But how much of that stuff is like you actually making stuff, or it's all pre-made, you're just putting it together?
It's mostly painting and assemblage, but like there's a lot of, you got to get the glue just right. Otherwise it looks like cack. Do you know what I mean? Like,
As we always say on this podcast, you got to get the glue just right.
It's not nothing, and you can mod them. Like I remember when I was doing the Star Trek one, that you can go inside and like put optional LEDs, and like if I can put optional LEDs in anything, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Okay.
That used to be like a real problem, even just like doing comedy shows. I had to really wean myself off, just like, I'm gonna make a thing that has an optional LED. I was just obsessed with the idea of lights.
I like that though.
Yeah.
It's elevated. It
elevates any look.
Yeah.
Did you have the trainers with the lights in the
Yes,
salon?
huge. And I think actually that might be really, harkening back to.
Those have never come back, which is crazy. To
No,
me.
they
I
do.
feel
Well, they
Children are still
do.
doing
I think. No, they make adult Heelys. You can buy Heelys as an adult, but I think
Cool.
those have
God,
always been a danger.
adult Heelys is like you're immediately on the sex offenders register if you buy those, right? Like there's no way. There's no way you're
rolling
not
away from the guys videotaping you.
Yeah. There's no. The paedophile hunters can't catch me because I'm healing away through the McDonald's car park. They're like, it's too quick, Gaz.
Yeah.
We did it. We
Always
didn't think
asking
he'd
to
be
meet
mobile.
at the top of a slope just in case.
Fucking hell, he's bested us again.
We'll get you next time.
Oh God. Okay, so Heelys are for adults, but the light ups are just for
They're
kids?
both for children, but Heelys you can get for adults. But I'm fair. Surely somebody has made a light up trader for an adult at this point. In the
Probably.
infantilization of culture, we've gone full lights on the shoe.
It feels like there probably is one, but I reckon it's like incredibly expensive and high fashion. Like it's the
All
sort
I'm-
of thing that like you'd see like Kanye West wearing it,
Sharks.
but it'd be like $4,000.
An optional LED gibbet.
Okay.
Am I speaking your
okay.
language?
Yeah.
Now we're back to David Guetta running the execution again. Like huge LED lights.
Disco
showing
lights
behind.
just going off. Yeah, beautiful
I
smoke
meant giblets
machine.
for
Yeah.
Crocs.
Talk
No, but
about
why
time
not
for the
both?
drop.
Why not both?
Okay.
Diversify.
It's
Yeah.
rare that when you say a word that has multiple meanings that you mean both meanings. And in that situation, I did.
Right. Especially with this word, so far apart. So far apart.
Yeah.
Gibbets.
God,
It's
imagine an
such a silly word.
executioner
I
wearing
can't believe it
Crocs.
had anything to do with execution.
Isn't it also sort of a form of offshoot meat?
Giblets.
Giblets. Okay, pardon me.
That's giblets is when you buy a chicken or a turkey, they give you a bag of insides, and
Yes.
those are the giblets,
Okay.
right?
And they leave
Giblets.
it, and they famously leave it inside.
And then oftentimes people will bake the chicken with the giblets bag
This
inside.
happened- Well, because so this was a plot line in British sitcom Only Fools and Horses. That one year, Grandad, who's very incompetent, insists on cooking the Christmas dinner, and he's roasted it with the giblets inside in the plastic bag, and it all like melts. And then Doughboy says, "It's like looking into the jaws of hell here." And then,
Encyclopedic knowledge.
but I'd never encountered it in the wild before. I thought that was just kind of like a silly thing they made up for
Right.
you know what I mean? It's like that. It's like so stupid that surely no one would actually do it. And then last Christmas, my ex's mum insisted on cooking the turkey, even though I was going to do it. And then she was like, "Well, I've done it. I've put it in already. So why?" And I was like, "I feel like we should check that because you don't know how to cook." And then she's like, "I've been cooking Christmas dinner 20 years." And then my ex was like, "Badly." And then we got the turkey out of the oven, and she'd left the giblets in. the
What'd she
bag
say?
inside there. She just shrugged it off. I mean, to be fair, that was her
Queen.
superpower. We were shrugging it off. And to be fair, the bag had not melted. So we judged
And
that-
the giblets were beautifully
eat-
cooked.
Mhm.
Yeah, sort of like
Sous
sous
vide.
vide. Yeah. Gorgeous. Lovely bit of giblet. Yeah. But yeah, I'd never seen it in the wild before, and then there it was.
There it was. Okay. Only Fools and Horses, made flesh. Horrible flesh.
Yeah.
But it does feel like, I guess, supermarkets are setting people up for failure with a little secret.
If there was like a bag inside my meat, I would not be expecting that. And I am like,
No.
I'm a terrible cook, very ill-informed, and I think that would get me. There should be
At least a sign on it
a
saying,
sign, bag included.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so you know, there's
They
like
should tattoo it onto the turkey's
like a
flesh.
silica gel packet.
yes.
Yeah. Do not
Okay.
eat. We want to keep the inside of this turkey nice and dry. These turkeys, the puss is too wet. We got to dry it out.
So your midlife crisis is gonna be Cars Plus.
It's gonna be Porsche 911 related. I feel like
He wants a Porsche 911,
Okay.
partially because it's called the Porsche 911.
no, but that does make it funnier.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt.
Okay, that's the
It'll
way
be really-
in.
I did once encounter an American who was like, "It's crazy that they called a Porsche that," and I'm like,
Have they named it
that's not-
after the fact?
Yeah.
No, they
yeah.
Okay,
didn't.
right. Lest we forget.
They sell
Yeah.
them in twos.
Yeah. That would be good. A second Porsche has struck the car collection. I used to date a girl who had like her dad had like a £300,000 car collection.
Oh my god.
But he was like an engineer, and he just sort of gradually bought like old Alfa Romeos and like restored.
Did he let
them.
you drive them or touch them? or-
I don't think I'd have been. He had a new Alfa Romeo that he used as a daily driver. That she was once told I was allowed to drive it, but she wasn't. Although we never got around to the driving.
The fact that you're at a stage in your life where you're calling certain cars in the arsenal daily drivers, that's you're operating on a level
Well, this
so far
is a
beyond.
car guy term of like, can you daily this? Like, can you realistically drive it to work and back every day, or will that cause you so many problems that it's not?
It's like when you sort of think, oh, is that girl wife material? Is this?
Can you daily
is she a
this?
da- is she a daily driver?
Is she a daily driver?
Yeah, some women are Alfa Romeo. It's like they're fun, but like, oh, you're going to be in the garage a lot, sleeping in there.
Okay, Sam, your midlife crisis, please.
My midlife crisis, I don't know. I mean, I come from a long line of people
Of gem lovers.
of gem lovers, yeah, who go a little crazy. My granddad's one was getting obsessed with Japanese toilets. So I don't know if
Whoa.
that could be on the cards.
You know what? I'm hearing a lot of luxury. Both of those are quite luxurious.
Yeah, sure.
Bedazzled B-day.
And they're not
Bedazzled?
bedazzled. Yes,
Yeah.
okay. They don't. I mean, they're not opulent men outside of this, but I think something
Opulent men.
outside of. But something just happens in the brain. And I think I deserve this. I deserve this one moment.
But also, given, I guess, as an older person, you're probably having either you're spending a lot of time on the toilet, or when you are having it, it's probably probably having toilet time is probably not as easy as it once was. So maybe a Japanese toilet actually
Having toilet time.
I'm in toilet time. That's what he
That
called
was
it.
so cutesy. Having toilet time.
But it's
Granddad's going for some toilet time.
But yeah, and you'd want it to be more comfortable than when you were young.
Yeah, but so here's the crazy thing, and this is more like end life crisis because he had colon cancer, so he had a colostomy bag, so he didn't even need a toilet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he didn't even need this toilet. The
Was
toilet
that what it
became
represented?
a
It's
representation
like a
of
fake
something.
car phone. Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, interesting.
In the 80s, people would have fake car phones to sort of
So they felt still
yes,
more
and
at
other
home
people
in
would
control.
feel. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he did. This is quite famous enough already and again, I think this is a project of like guys, old guys. They do this thing, and when it fails, when their empire crumbles, they just go. Because he spent like all of his money and time on this Japanese toilet. It was like I don't think it was in my head because I was young at the time. It was like it talked, but it definitely had like a lot of buttons.
Yeah.
It was like
Like a Toto, probably.
Sure, there was. Oh my god, it had bells and whistles.
Yeah. It played hold the line whenever you sat on it.
But he did it, and then he found the problem that he was spending so much time just sitting on there. Because I think essentially what he'd made was like a throne with a hole in it.
But yeah, it's heated, isn't it?
He loved being on the toilet.
Heavy is the throne that bears the whole. Henry VIII's throne hole.
Oh my god.
He got worried about missing the front door, so then he installed a mirror system in his house so that he could see who was at the front door when they rang. But it also
But they
meant
could also see-
him. I know. Well,
Ah.
this is the thing that he never really appreciated. That everyone coming at the door was just being greeted by the side of a dying old man sat atop this sort of porcelain white throne.
Or maybe that's actually like a power move, like the every courier. Like, oh, it's you again, boy. Join
Leave
me
the
in the
call.
throne room.
Yeah.
Bring me your wares. Yes.
Okay, that's iconic.
Yeah.
That's iconic.
Mhm.
Okay, so are we thinking something along the lines of that?
I think I might just go mad. I think my midlife crisis is probably something more wooey. I think it's probably like really getting into crystals
Yeah,
or something like
okay.
this. It has to definitely.
It's gem adjacent.
It's gem adjacent. It has to involve the conversion of like huge amounts of whatever money I have into worthless stock. And I've done vinyl. I'm already deep in vinyl.
Have you considered buying and or selling spells on Etsy? Have we heard about this?
Okay, yeah, I am aware of this. Yes, okay. And
Do they have resale value? Okay, well,
You
my
can pass
ex-boyfriend
them-
suffered enough. I can sell this on to you.
You just got to change the names and then you're aware.
Yeah, he's already spent all his money on gems. We can. There's no way he's coming back from that.
Well, you can do. There's a whole market. You can sell like tarot readings on Etsy and just all this. Yeah, and good intentions essentially can be sold through Etsy. Anything
Love that.
really. Yeah.
So essentially spending your entire fortune on paying for a good fortune.
Right, but I don't know if that's me because I like the tangible.
Okay.
Object.
So tarot cards, sage?
So okay, if it was tarot cards, it would have to be getting into very specific art styles of tarot deck,
Yeah.
and they're like interesting misprints and so on.
That is
That
cool.
kind of thing.
Limited edition, almost like a Pokemon card adjacent way to treat tarot.
yeah. Oh, for millennial queers. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be fun to like make your own tarot cards and just slip them into like normal tarot card decks just so they like come up when people buy them and they're like, I don't remember that one, like Queen of Air Fryers. Or just like a string.
Toilet throne.
Oh, that's very bad.
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
Just like a genuine photo of my granddad.
Yeah. The Gemporium Goblin.
I think I already currently have hoarder tendencies, so I am in the back of my mind expecting to just be a hoarder.
Yeah.
Just because I have that thing where I'm seeing fashion keep coming back. And like girls obsessing over early 2000 stuff and like calling it Y2K, baby tees and Juicy Couture and all that stuff. And now I'm hearing that and I'm like, okay, so everything I've ever owned will at some point go back in fashion. And if I have a daughter, she's gonna fucking want it. So now I'm so precious about not even like throwing away a t-shirt that I think hoarder on the horizon.
Okay. But hoarding
Now-
with taste. Hoarding with taste is permissible, I think.
But this idea that's like I can find something now in my closet absolutely vile and disgusting and say I'm never gonna wear this again. But that thing in my head that will like, well, in 20 years,
One
this
day
is gonna be vintage.
someone-
Yeah.
okay.
It's gonna be vintage fashion.
Right, okay. You're sort of you're curating more
Yes.
an archive.
Yeah, those are all I got.
Yeah. It's like the V&A in there. There's one German guy who's like, one day this is gonna come back, and then who will be laughing? Hans will be laughing.
And listen, every time I wear out a pair of shoes, I'm like, these are unwearable. I need to throw them away. In my head, I'm like, maybe some freak will buy them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
perfect.
If I'm famous enough, I can get a pretty penny for it. So yeah, the hoarding is real.
You gotta link your Foot Finder account to your Instagram. and then have like an Etsy page with your like used
Well,
shoes or whatever.
I get pretty consistent messages from 2 dudes who want foot stuff, and whether it's used shoes, socks, or pictures of my feet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm open to it, I'm
Okay.
open to it. I'm also one of those people who's like, does food ever expire? So hoarding is
Shoe
on the
is
horizon.
quite far removed from foot.
Interesting.
I
Speak
I
on
would
that.
say. Well, just because
because I'm wearing them on my feet.
Continue, Socrates. Yes.
well, I think if you think
As far
about
as
it,
shoes go, most of the time they are.
Wouldn't you say, Kryto, that despite the close relationship between shoe and foot, they are nevertheless distinct? Would you not agree?
Tell me, please.
well, I don't know. I mean, I just feel that like if for a foot guy, it's like, okay, the foot is the object. Well, actually, I had this thought the other day that it's not so much about the foot as it is about the lack of sock.
Interesting.
Because it's
Is
not,
that what we liked
if
about
you
Riley's
had just
photo?
open access societally,
Right.
it's why the Victorians loved the ankle, right? Because it's tits on both sides.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But it wasn't about it was about the raising of the dress. It was about the raising of the dress. Right. Okay.
Okay.
It was about what the lack of dress revealed.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
So surely the shoe is not the object of fetish, it is actually the oppressor. Right. It's the thing that has denied you.
So the idea is that it's like what it's the absence that makes you think of the thing. So when they receive my shoes in the mail, what they're thinking of is the foot that once was inside.
Well, it's like, yeah, well, that is what, because they're not fetishizing the object itself,
God,
right? No.
They're probably smelling it as well.
Yeah, I think smelling.
And they're
Smelling,
not
smelling is
smelling
definitely
anything.
getting involved, right?
Yeah, I can imagine like you getting Ewan to wear your shoes around the house, being like, "Come on, we gotta stink these up a bit." The
Oh,
perverts won't believe
sweatshops.
it.
Ewan is my boyfriend, to be clear.
Not your assistant.
But not my dog. But I
Olga's assistant going to the press being like, it was terrible. She made me wear her shoes around the house. She could sell them to perverts. She said, I
no,
have the
I got a
smelliest
dog
feet.
because the dog could wear 2 pairs at the same
Of course,
time.
no,
on.
that's
That's
economics.
And then all the happy customers are like, are her feet covered in dog hair?
It's medical condition.
So, but if it's the foot still fetishized in both situations, wouldn't both a photo and a sneaker sort of make you think of the same thing?
Of proximity to the
foot.
thing itself.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. The unknowable foot.
Right,
yeah. I
right.
don't know. I mean, I suppose I'm just saying that, like, sock. Okay, I understand because that's taken on the shape of, but a shoe. It's just a. It's just a shoe. I mean, obviously, maybe this just isn't my scene, but like, I just.
We have spoken a little bit about this before, and there's another theory is that it has nothing to do with fetish whatsoever, and is just a way to get cheap shoes.
Interesting,
like a
but surely you
vintage.
are marking up the shoe.
I have never sold them. I think
No, you'd be marking it up.
You want to mark up. You don't
Yeah,
want to be
yeah.
selling it at a discount rate.
Can
That
someone-
undersells the foot. That suggests the foot has devalued the shoe. That's not that's bad for business.
Okay, can you give me a price? Give me a price.
Of what?
Okay.
Okay.
I think the price is in the eye of the beholder, really.
Nike Air Force ones
Mhm.
that I no longer wear, heavily worn.
Okay.
How much are we selling?
But I
those
think
for?
the heaviness of the wear is probably increasing the value.
Yes.
For the,
on
for
the
the
perv
right
market.
perv.
So the lower it is on the resale clothing market,
The
it's
higher on the
higher
perv
fetish
market it
Yeah.
comes. That's so
One man's trash is another man's treasure. One man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter. You know what I mean? It's all there.
Okay, but I'm still not hearing a number. £100?
Well, how much? What's the market resale value of an Air Force One?
That's a really good question. I'm
Okay.
literally gonna look this up right now.
Yeah, because I'm not really. I'm not like I have Doc Martens and that's it. I
Okay.
don't really.
I'm saying vintage Air Force One.
Vinted condition acceptable.
Hmm.
I find it so funny when people put stuff on Vinted and the condition is acceptable. And it's like, that doesn't sound... It's like when someone's Uber rating is like 3 stars. It's like for an Edinburgh show, that might be acceptable. But for an Uber rating, that feels like
That's
you're
trash.
a deeply problematic
Yeah,
individual. Yeah. And I feel like similarly for a shoe, acceptable is like, what have you done to this?
I'm currently looking at a satisfactory condition. Oh, honey. People's satisfactory condition? £5.
No.
Who's doing that?
How bad does a shoe look?
Oh, it's got like full ass tears in the back.
Can you screenshot and send to the group so Yanis can put it on the screen?
Okay. Yeah, no, they do look a little busted in the back. Do you see the backs have big tears in them?
Yeah, sure.
So she needs to be selling those on the perv
The perv market.
Yeah.
That
I
foot
should
has
message her.
demolished that shoe. That's a powerful foot.
It's like it's a bit like with old cars sometimes where they reach a point where like the car itself is actually worth less than the parts that are in it. And so if you're smart enough to strip it and sell the parts, you can actually make more money.
I see.
Because no one wants your Ford Focus, but actually there's a bunch of shit in there that's not
But
too
that
bad.
actually resale value is extremely low. I'm seeing brand new ones allegedly for £40. So it's not.
Well, I mean, a new Air Force One is like what, 60, 70 quid?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. It's not a particularly expensive shoe. Okay, so yeah, no, I'm angling for perverts on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then mark it up 70, 80, I reckon. Maybe even go 100.
Maybe I start at 100 and then see where we go.
I just don't know what the perverts are willing to pay. That's fundamentally the thing.
I think that's what you need to get on you need to get into the resale market and then see what people are. I suspect actually a lot of these women are buying cheap shoes, new, wearing them a bit and then selling them. I don't think they're selling off their old shoes. That's my suspicion. That's definitely what the pants ladies are doing.
So
what are the pants ladies?
Please.
There are women who sell their pants. I must stress that I know this because I know women who've done it, not because I've bought them.
Okay.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No,
Sorry,
there's anything.
Do not besmirch our target demographic. Do not offend our fans.
I'm gonna go as far as saying there's nothing wrong with selling them. I'm not sure if
I think people are free to do what they wish with their body.
I do think that, but then also there's part of me that's like, this feels
Just
like something's
imagining
gone
the
wrong
end.
for you.
Yes.
Like there's no, like you wouldn't want to, I don't know. But then actually most of the people that used to buy them were just like guys in Denmark who just seemed like that they seemed super normal. Like they were doing it like profile on the website, real face, real name. Like guy with like reasonably high paying job, spending a lot of money on women's pants on there.
Look, as far as fetishes go, it's fine.
Pants is, so
so
close
fine.
to just
makes-
being back
yeah.
to normal sex, isn't it, really?
It's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was next to some genitals. Great.
Yeah, genitals.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
That's so, yeah.
That's as close to sex as you can.
Yeah,
you can
I'd be
Well,
proud
a lot
of
of
that as a king.
For extra money, a lot of the women were doing some extras with the pants, you know what I mean?
And I'm assuming they were genital related.
They were, yeah, but
There you go.
some of it was what you might call a bit fruity.
All right.
We're talking, various fluids, sort of, but not the initial one that you're thinking. Some of the more.
Okay.
Some of them.
This is a
some of
riddle.
them-
You solve this. There's some treasure in
it's a
Yellowstone
bunch of
waiting for you.
gems. I know. I'm trying to avoid YouTube, running down just like a ton of bricks here, but yeah. But yeah, I think it's hard. What I discovered from knowing people who used to do it is that it's quite hard to make a lot of money out of, because actually it's a surprisingly competitive marketplace, and where the real
Kind
money
of like YouTube comedy specials.
exactly, yeah.
Because I've made $0 off of my comedy special because I can't turn on monetization. So
Yeah.
we're all in the same boat.
If
We're all in the
you'd
same
have,
boat.
if you'd have done some pants that go along with a tie-in set of your
Yeah.
worn
Some
pants,
merch.
that you
People
could
do merch in comedy now. We've got wise to that. Yeah, tie-in pants.
buy. Tie-in shoes.
You're doing gems. You're doing gems. I'm.
I mean, these are the pants I wore on stage.
I'm not
auctioning
ruling
them off.
myself out of the pants game, to be honest with you.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently most of the money was in sort of like custom content. So I would guess it's the same for shoes. Like people kind of want to buy the shoes, but also what they really want is like videos of you doing shit with your feet.
Oh,
But
they
they'll
want to
pay
know
way
it's
more.
legit, right? They want the statement of authenticity
Yeah.
with it, right?
Yeah. The certificate.
Me
Yes.
like wearing them, and I
Yes.
guess they were like, I hope there's no fucking socks involved. I hope it's
Right, because
fledged to
yes, this is what I'm
canvas.
saying, because then you remove that extra layer.
The condom, no condom.
No condom.
No
yeah,
protection.
raw dog in the shoe.
Raw dog the shoe. So their dream guy is like the 4 guys outside All Bar One. Because none of them are wearing. Just going around the All Bar One smoking area, just offering people money for their shoes. Like I'm taking flip flops with me, being like, look, you'll get home.
Okay.
You can swap them for these, like gym flip flops. But I'll buy those loafers for like 200 quid.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking?
Look, there's a lot of good business chat happening on this episode. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a lot.
We're pitching
I'm linking
ideas.
and building.
Linking
Yeah.
and building. That's right. But yeah, apparently, foot content is crazy because they all just like they want like mad stuff.
I just feel like probably the foot content game is extremely oversaturated because the bar for entering like sex work as a foot person is so much lower than anything else.
Yeah, you don't have to reveal your identity.
And I think that means that there's like significantly more people doing it
Mm-hmm.
because there's no like social stigma associated with it at all. And even if there is, no one will know it's you.
Yeah, it's actually a great balance because there's very little social stigma associated with doing foot content, but there's huge amounts of social stigma associated with consuming foot content.
What are you talking about? I have no issue with foot, guys. Listen to me.
And then
Don't listen to him. Being into feet is perfectly
think-
okay.
Yeah, I think. Well, as espoused on this podcast previously, I think the foot guys have made it weird. They've been so weird about it that they've managed to make what should be quite banal, quite weird. And
you think they've taken it too far?
well, they've put it front of people's mind. As I say, the
Sure.
piss guys haven't managed to make piss weird. They're not vocal enough.
The piss guys are pretty vocal. I think if you
It's
started
the
listening to
thought.
the piss guys, you'd be really surprised at how much they're talking.
Yeah. They've started off from a more obviously weird baseline, but the foot guys have been so consistently like, I need to see that foot in a jar of peanut butter, that people are like, these guys are really peculiar.
Did you know, I found out this the other day, my friend told me this at a party. Did you know that piss was like huge in 19th century France?
People were doing it all the time.
Yeah, people, they were pissing on bread.
Okay.
Oh. Well, I mean, that just sounds like a restaurant in France. Like drowning an ortolan in piss and then eating it. whole,
Yeah. The Marie Antoinette quote has actually led them piss cake. Yes. Okay, so walk me through
They
this.
were so okay. I'm struggling to remember the name of these guys off the top of my head, but it was a whole fetish that was based around public lavatory use, where one person would go in and leave some bread
Okay.
in a urinal,
Right.
and then
Leave
another
a load.
person would come along and urinate.
And is this like a glory hole situation where it's like anyone who's up for it, or is this specifically targeted and prearranged for specific people?
I think it. Well, obviously, I mean, they lacked social networks back then, so how were they?
So if you saw
communicating.
bread, you were like,
I know what to do here.
Guy with a
yeah.
slice of Hovis poking out of his back pocket. Like, oh, yeah. I know what he's into.
Yeah, it's like hanky code, but
Yeah,
with
yeah,
different
yeah.
types of like a sourdough or a rye. Okay, that guy's a top. You know that.
a pissot croissant.
Yeah.
Le toasty code. Oh.
But they-
he's what we call a croque monsieur, you know?
They'd go and do it, and then this is the bit that's, I think, beyond the pale. No, not kink shame, not judging, but then the first guy would go back and eat the bread.
Okay.
There was eating was.
Oh, so it wasn't like a pay it forward. You're not
You'd
leaving
you'd
bread
get
for
your own-
future.
yeah, no.
But really, it's the timing that gets.
No, sorry, that's my slice of piss bread. It's
Yeah,
gluten
sorry,
free.
no, I was here,
Sorry,
right,
I
yeah.
am just no. That's your one there. But just because if I have that, I will get ill. Like I'm not. It's not about
Well,
the.
apparently it was huge. Apparently it was like a huge problem.
Trust the French to get bread involved in a weird sex game. Oh, what are you supposed to do? Just drink it? Oh, come on.
Papisserie.
Yeah, and letting
Oh,
it like
yeah, like that,
marinate
yeah.
for ages as well, and all of this sort
Oh,
of stuff.
boy.
Pairing it with different wines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there, and I don't hate it.
Sure.
The logistics of it, a little fuzzy to me, just because it's like once you've put the loaf there, are you just sort of circling the
Like
block?
hanging around. I also, I would love to know. No, I would love to really have understood it a little better. Yeah.
And then you definitely don't want to arrive too late because it will disintegrate because of wetness.
Well, and also presumably people are still using the public lavatories as lavatories as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you don't want to get
Coming
them
in,
mixed up.
checking in on your loaf,
Yeah.
leaving.
Yeah,
When
when
you-
they see there's a loaf in there already, they're like, oh, okay, sorry, now I have to go elsewhere.
You're caught short, you run into the public lavatory, they're out of toilet paper, and you have to wipe your ass on a loaf of someone's piss bread.
Oh no! Oh!
You're like, désolé, monsieur.
Blue Factory!